This is the More to the Game podcast, and this is your host, Big Trey. And today is a beautiful day to put y'all on game. Last episode, we were talking about how to get that scholarship so you can be an athlete that plays beyond high school, be able to get that D1 scholarship, D2, D3, wherever you want to play in college. This episode, we're going to talk about how to choose the right fit, how to find a home. You can't just take any offer. You want to take the offer that makes you happy. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about, your happiness. And the first step in that process is to identify what matters to you. Not what matters to your parents, not what matters to your coaches, but to you. When I made my decision, I made a list of things that I value in a college. That list had probably around about 10, 15 things, but some of those things necessarily didn't matter as much as others, so I put more emphasis on the things that matter to me the most. Each individual person is going to have a different list. Each individual person is going to have different things that they value. So your list will not look like my list. My list will not look like the next man's list. You have to look within yourself and identify what matters to you. But there are a couple of things that I feel like will probably need to matter to most people that are making these decisions. First on that list is playing time. Everybody wants to hit the transfer portal. Why? Most of the time it's because they're not getting the playing time that they thought. Dudes might hop around school to school just trying to find a place that'll give them some playing time at a high level. When you was coming out of high school, you should identify that as being one of your number one things, finding a place that you can play. Yeah, you might get offers from big schools, Duke, North Carolina, Florida, Alabama, SEC schools, ACC schools, like all that's cool. But if you're not going to play there, you're probably not going to be happy. Unless, the biggest thing to you is being at a big school and just going there for 4 years. That's what you want to get out of your college experience, which is fine. Everyone's different. But for most of you out there, you probably want to go to a situation where you're actually going to touch the field or court. You can ask coaches how much they see you playing when you first step onto campus. They may give you an honest answer. They may not. Coach is going to tell you whatever they feel like you need to hear to get you to come there, because obviously they're offering you for a reason. They want you. They may not want you as much as the next person, but they still want you. So you have to do your own research. Look at the roster. How many seniors do they have? How many freshmen do they have? What is the depth like at your position? Look at those things and ask yourself, will I have a good chance to play here right away if that's what I want? Will I have a good chance to play here maybe in a year or two from now, get major minutes, major clock, if that's what you want? Do your own independent research and look at those things. Let's say you take a visit. You get a chance to talk to the player that's on the team. You get to ask, okay, who's the guys that are for sure going to be playing here? You can't really take their spots because that's a real thing. And a lot of programs, some guys are going to be entrenched those positions no matter what. For good reason. Obviously, there might be guys that are just really great fit for the program, and they've been there, they put the work in. But sometimes it might be a toxic situation where they're there for other reasons. You to find out if you really have a chance to take these minutes, or you will have minutes waiting for you when you sign your NLI. To go along with the playing time piece, you need to look at the scheme and the coach. You might like this coach and what he says to you. He might be a great guy, but if your game does not fit into his scheme and his coaching style, then it's not a good fit. For example, let's say you're a big man and you want to play college basketball, right? This coach is a great guy, tells you everything you want to hear. He seems like a nice, genuine guy. However, the offense that he runs does not really involve the big man as an emphasis. He's running the plays to the guards, a lot of ball screens, a lot of ISOs for the guards. Some people might be okay with playing a system like that, but you might not see that as a fit for your game and an opportunity for you to grow. Watch the games. Look at the type of sets they run. Does that fit your play style? 99% of college coaches can only coach one way. You go there to fit into a scheme. If you don't fit, they push you to the back, and it's on to the transfer portal for you. If you do fit, you may end up having an illustrious career and stay there however long, 4 or 5 years, and it's everything that you ever could imagine. But you have to do that research beforehand before you sign these NLIs, take these scholarship offers, commit, do all that stuff. You have to look and do your own research. Watch how they play. Whatever their general scheme is, that's going to be the main emphasis going forward no matter what the roster looks like. Because like I said, the majority of coaches can only coach one way. So understand and identify the type of scheme that you'll be playing in. Maybe with different sports like track or tennis, where it's an individual sport, that may not matter because it's not really a scheme. But if you're in a team sport, you definitely need to look at the scheme and how the coach wants to play, because at the end of the day, that's going to be the majority of the play style, no matter how they say they're going to tweak it. Obviously, you're going to school to get a degree as well. You're not just going to play sports, burn out, not get a degree, and that'll be the end of you. You want to get a degree, a good degree, which we're going to talk about later on this season. You need to look at, does their school fit what you want to do with your degree? If you understand the bigger picture, like we're trying to talk about here at More to the Game, there's more than just playing the game. Then you need to identify a school that fits you academically. Whatever you want to major in, try to find a school that is good within your field. If you want to do engineering, go to a school that has a good engineering program, if you have the choice. If you want to do computer science, you want to do finance, business, go to schools that have good programs in your field. It's just that simple. Because usually coaches are going to put you in whatever to get you to pass. That's just how the game goes. But if you care about the bigger picture and you care about getting a degree that matters, you need to do your own research and find schools that fit you. So you're not just an athlete, you're not just a student, you also are a person. And choosing a college that you want to go to is a lot about your social life and the distance from home. Your social life will be there for you when things aren't going so good on the court or on the field. That's going to help your mental, that's going to keep you going, it's going to give you motivation to keep going because you're having fun and doing things, and you're a person. You have a personality outside of just being an athlete. So going to a school that has a social life and social culture that fits you is very important as well. If you go to a school that's big on partying and you like to party, then that will help you when things are not going as well as they normally do. If you are a chill person that likes nature and scenery like that, you might want to go to a school that has a great campus, some great outdoors things nearby. Whatever fits you, take that into consideration. Like, everyone's different, like I said, but understand who you are and what you value off the court, outside of the classroom as well, because mentally, you're going to need that space to be successful as a student athlete. And the distance from home, that will definitely come into play. Some people can go far away from home, like myself. I went to a school that was 10 hours away from home. That had no ill effects on me. I was fine with that distance. I was able to keep in contact with my family, but I was not someone that was just tired of being near home. For other people, it may not be the case. They may just have such strong ties to being at home. They need to be around their family, need to be around their city, which is fine. Understand what you want, understand what you like, understand what you need, and not just think about, oh, this big school offered me over here, I'm going to do it no matter what. And if you're not a person that can deal with that distance, then that is not the right situation for you. But at the end of the day, to tie all this together, you got to make a decision that fits you. Your parents can't make a decision. Your coaches can't make a decision. You have to make a decision that fits you. Because these 4 or 5 years, you're going to be the one living there. You're going to be the one with the coach screaming at you. You're going to be the one that has to pass these classes. You are going to be the one that has to live with these decisions. You are just now entering adulthood, so it's okay. You're going to make mistakes. The one decision that you can't make is not wanting to make the decision that you can live with. No matter how it turns out, you can say, I made the decision that I wanted to make. I'm not going to point the finger at my parents, my coaches, my friends, family. I made the decision that I want to make. And as a man, woman, a young adult, I can live with that. And that wraps up this week's podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed this insight. You get these scholarship offers. It's an amazing process in your life, a grueling process. Take your time. A decision doesn't have to be made that same day. If they're trying to make you make a decision that same day, that's not a good situation. That's a red flag. I know you see it going on Twitter, all the red flags. Somebody wants you to commit right on the spot, that's a red flag. I know a school wanted me to commit right on the spot. Wasn't doing that. Red flag. Take your time, identify what matters to you, and you will enjoy the next 4 to 5 years of your life for sure.